Most common questions I get asked is, what's your house like? Do you do lean at home? And I say, of course I do. I love lean. Lean's a big game for me. It's fun. It's a way to improve everything and make life just easier and more enjoyable. So I've made a lot of improvements at my house. I just want to show you a few of them real quick to kind of show you lean at home. And as you can see, my yards are they're pretty beautiful. And they take a lot of work to keep up, but not really, because I've made it really easy. So I'm going to show you some of my garden improvements. I'm going to show you some improvements in the house, the way I make my coffee in the morning. So you kind of see how lean plays itself out in the home environment. So come on, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I have about 3 acres that I have to maintain, and everything is meticulous. So as you can imagine, a big part is when you need equipment to do the job, you don't want to have to sort through it, you don't want to have to look around for it. So as you can see, I have everything very well organized here. I even have hard hats when I cut in the woods and cut down trees. I have my hedge trimmers. I have everything hung up very neat and very organized. You can see all my garden tools are up here arranged perfectly. I even have my blowers and backpack blowers easy to get to, where I can walk up to them and actually start it and then put it right on my back just like this. Look how easy that is. The chainsaw is setting up there, ready to go. The tubes are up. I've got my motorcycle helmets up above. Everything's organized in a very efficient way and allows me to do my work very quick and easily. There's no struggle. I love to do it. That's the key. A real easy and simple one. When I go up to my backpack blower, I want to wear ear protection. So I have a little container here that has my earplugs in there, or if I want to wear a headset, the headset. Everything's marked out, everything goes right back. It's just easy, simple, fast, and efficient. Here's another really simple improvement. My weed whackers, I have to replace the string line on them from time to time. So I put the replacement string up here on a spool on a bolt. I run it down, I have a little channel that it runs through. Then when I want to put new line on, I just pull it out like that. But of course, I was always having to go hunt for a pair of clippers to actually clip the line off. So I mounted the clippers on there, and look how easy that is. It's all done. It's fast. It's simple. It didn't take a lot of work to do it. Without a doubt, one of my best garden improvements, though, is the bidet for my lawnmower. Check this out. If some of you watch the blooper video, you'll see the practical joke I play on everybody. It's classic. But what happens is, I have to bring my lawnmower in here and rinse off the bottom of the deck. There's a lot of different ways to do that. You can spray a hose underneath. They have a quick connect that can go on top of the deck. But that was all too much work for me. So we built the water line right into the concrete. So when I drive up in my lawnmower, all I have to do is pull on this lever and watch what happens. Of course, only with the eye pole could I do this. So you'll see the water start to come out down below there. So as I drive the lawnmower up, I don't even have to get off the lawnmower because I just reach out, grab hold of this handle, and the water sprays up from underneath. And of course that water sprays a long, long way. The further you pull it. Isn't that cool? That's the lawnmower bidet, and it is so easy to use. Part of my house now, waterfalls, lots of work. You can see there's just gardens everywhere and lots of work, but I got this great garden shed where I keep some more tools in, so I don't have to walk all the way up there. Wasted motion, transportation, all that stuff. Let me show you my garden shed. I'm in the garden shed now, and as you can see, I have all my chairs hanging up nicely organized. So when I'm sitting out at the fire and we're having a nice fire out there, it just takes a second to come get the chairs and go right back out, set them back up, and put them away. It's all easy because we have a place for everything and everything in its place. But my favorite part is over here on this wall. I know it's a little dark, but I have a few tools that I use down here to weed the gardens. I have my rake and hoe, which is one of our great products. I have the small English garden one. I have a shovel. I have an axe for chopping wood. And I have a machete. I just have a few little things. I have a little pressure washer down here to clean things that's mounted in. And extension cords and a blower, of course, to start the fire, because that blower works great. So as you can see, I've got everything shadowed. It's just simple and easy. I don't have to struggle. When I want something, I don't have to say, is that thing down there? Of course it's down there. And of course, if it's missing, because it's all shadowed, I can clearly and easily see that it's missing. So I hunt that product down and put it right back. Every man's got to have a man cave, so come on into mine. This is my shop, and I love my shop. It's a lot of fun to work in it. It's beautiful. It has great ambiance, and of course, everything's organized, hyper organized. I have all my machinery in here where I build furniture, and I keep the house maintained. And I just want to show you a couple things in here that are actually very, very simple, but make my life easy because they're things that I do a lot, And every time I do them, they're easy because I was thinking lean, or actually I should say in this first case, John was thinking lean because somebody else came up with this idea. So remember, lean is simple and it's about fixing what bugs you. So I'm over here at my drill index, and I would come over here periodically to grab a drill bit, and I'd grab a 7/32 drill bit out, and I'd walk over and drill with it. And by the time I finished, I forgot what size it was. And of course, I'm an old guy, can't see. I can't read that small print. So I went ahead and put a little drill index sizer up here, and I would put that in there. I go, oh, there it is, 7/32, and it goes right back there. But you know what? That takes a little bit of time. But John came up with a better idea. He took one of our magnets, put a red dot on it. So let's say I'm going over here and I say, oh, I want a 15/64. I just put the magnet on there, go ahead, drill, come right back. I don't even have to go up to my index anymore because I know where I left the red magnet, that's where it goes back in, and it's perfect every time. Simple, lean, and fast. Everything I do is simple. It's not about being fancy or high tech. It's about making things easy to access. And again, nothing's perfect. Everything can be improved because that's part of the lean culture. But look at my finishes and paints up here. Everything's organized. I've got them all labeled out. I've got them organized with little partitions between them so they don't get pushed side to side. It didn't take that long to do, but when I want to get some paint and I reach up here and I want tan paint, I know the tan paint's right there. It isn't stuck behind some other paint. It just makes life fun. Great small improvement are the ladders. John came up with a great idea to hang the 6-foot and the 4-foot up here on the wall, and the way he did it, he just put a couple power head screws right here, labeled it 6-foot step ladder. You know if it's missing, it's very easy, it hangs back up in a second. 6-foot, 4-foot, it's all simple, it's always there, and I never have to hunt for it. A couple quick ones in the house, so let's go on in. Of course, shoes off. Let's face it, I live in the Pacific Northwest and it's cold, and every morning I have to get a coat. But one of the hassles, or one of the things that bugged me, was going in my coat closet because it was always a mess and I couldn't see inside. So I took time to 3S it, made some great improvements, and now when I go in my coat closet in the morning, check out this. The light comes on, I can see all the coats. I even got some honeydew points because I put my wife's coats on top, mine on the bottom. Everything's hyper organized. I can see all the different colors. Of course, I've got my scarves over here. It's simple and it's easy. Sure, it took me a few hours, but for the rest of my life, I get to enjoy the most amazing coat closet in the world, right here. The sound of coffee. Up here in the Pacific Northwest, we call it liquid sunshine. Of course, I've got to lean that process out too. So I'm drawing my coffee shots right now. I've got my cinnamon and Splenda right here. I throw a couple shots in there, and I'm done. Then just add a little hot water. No spoon or anything like that, because of course, that would be waste. So I just come over to my hot water right here on the side of my sink, add a little hot water, and I'm done. Very little transportation, very little motion, everything's set up very cleanly. This hot water tap actually used to be on the other side of the kitchen, but I had it changed over here because I didn't like the spaghetti trail that I was creating walking back and forth in the kitchen. Very simple improvement. Every day making coffee is easy now. Cup of coffee, you gotta have some toast, and nothing's better than Dave's Killer Bread. But in the morning when I would butter my toast, I hated it. I came over here, my kids always had the knife all over the place. There was butter all over the counter. It drove me crazy. Now I just pop my toast out. I take my butter brush, just a little pastry brush, and I go ahead and just slather a little butter on there like that. And it's fast and easy. And of course, the butter brush doesn't fall out. It just goes right back in there. It is easy, and all of a sudden something that aggravated me or what bugs me is fixed. It's kind of lean, simple, easy, less steps. No cleanup. Of course, there's the infamous sock drawer. Socks are always a pain in the butt, but I took the time to get mine nice and organized. So in the morning, when I have to wear a colored pair of socks, if I'm wearing a suit, it's easy because everything's organized. I put little partitions in my drawers. No struggle anymore. Fast and simple. I'm just like everybody else. I have to charge my cell phone every night before I go to bed, but I don't like having to remember to do that. So I put a charger for my iPad and my iPhone right here by my nightstand. I have 2 cords. It takes a second to hook up. I can set my alarm. Again, no struggle. But then I've got one other thing. I hate to get into my bed with cold sheets. I don't like it. I live in a cold climate. So I have a hair dryer underneath my bed, which I put in my bed before I get in and it warms it up. Don't tell a soul. I hope you enjoyed this quick little video of lean at home. At my place, everything's always getting faster, safer, simpler because I'm a lean thinker and I'm looking to eliminate the waste and improve the quality of my life. And the same thing can happen with you if you start to think lean.